say, guys, you, yes, you, welcome back. Back to my channel. Today we are doing ASMR Girl with Eyebrow Blindness does your eyebrows at a sleepover. Now, before we begin, I do want to mention that this video is inspired by Alara ASMR, so I will put their information in the description box down below so you can check out their original video. Now, with all that being said, you guys know the joke. Go ahead and sit back, relax, and most importantly, enjoy. It looks like I don't have anybody to do a makeover with. Oh, I think they just came into the sleepover. Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm not sure I know you. What's your name? Oh, well, it's nice to meet you. Did you just get here? You did. So that means you don't have a makeover partner. Well, maybe we can be partners and I'll do your makeup just like mine. Oh, you're not sure? Why not? Because you didn't bring your makeup stuff. Oh, that's a good point. I don't have all of my makeup stuff either. To be honest, all of my makeup stuff is really just my brows. I know what you're thinking. They look super natural, and that's because they are. I only fill them in very, very lightly, but I do wear a little bit of makeup on my face, and I didn't bring that. But if you want, I could just do your brows for you. No offense, but they look like they could use a little help. They look extremely sparse. You're not sure? Still? Well, don't be shy. I know. We don't really know each other that well, so you're thinking stranger danger, but no. I am friendly, and you're gonna look beautiful, especially once you get a pair of these. So don't fret. Let's start right now because everybody else has got a head start. Yeah. And I don't want to be late to the movies. Right. Anyways, so first thing we're gonna do is clean off your face. We really want a dry base for your brows because like I said, you don't have a lot, so we're gonna have to, draw a little on. We do not want a greasy forehead for that, now do we? Exactly. So let's go ahead and wash off your face. Beautiful. Now let me just dry that off for you. Beautiful. Now I know what you're thinking. My face just can't be dry. And you're right. I do need your forehead dry because I'm not quite sure how big I'm gonna go with your eyebrows. I mean, I could put them right there, especially for a natural look, but if you like a more fuller look, I could go like right here or something like that. So we're not gonna touch your forehead, but we are going to moisturize the rest of your face. The last thing you want is dry, flaky skin distracting from your eyebrows. You want everybody to look at your eyebrows and wonder, how did they get them like that? You know what I mean? Exactly. Alright, so let's go ahead and moisturize the lower part of your face. Just going to Now, tell me this, when you do your own makeup shows. It definitely shows. Anyways, I'm just gonna brush whatever you have left on your brow area up to see how much room they can fill. And then I'm gonna have to line them with this. Well, hello, don't you want them to look nice? Don't you want them to look natural? Exactly. Now, let's go ahead and brush your eyebrows up. I'm just going to swipe, 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 swipe. I'm not getting a lot of volume. Let's try the other side. Swipe, 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 swipe. Here, I know this is gross, but it's all in the theme of amazing eyebrows. Let me just put a little bit of spit on here, and maybe your brow hairs will stick up. I can't put my gel just yet because I haven't used my Sharpie and my black, jet black eyebrow pencil yet. Yeah, so I don't want to put the gel. It would just mess up the whole order. You understand, right? Right. Now, I have a question for you. That should be enough spit. Do you have lashes on? And I could tell you want to know, lashes actually distract from your eyebrows, so I'm just gonna have to pluck those off. Good. And pluck those off. You do not need those anymore. Well, don't worry, I could put mascara on, but not lashes. Way too long, and I'm gonna give you a lot of volume on those brows. You don't want your lashes touching your brows and smudging everything. Exactly, and that's also part of the reason why I use Sharpie sometimes. Apart from the very natural look, of course. Now, let's go ahead and brush your eyebrows up. That holds a little bit better. Brush, 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 brush. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, let me take a closer look at your brows and see what magic I can work on them. Okay, so we're just going to look. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I've never done this before, but have you ever heard of an eyebrow transplant? Well, I knew you were going to ask about it. They actually take your hair follicles from your scalp and sew them on your eyebrows. Now, of course, I can't do that because I'm not a doctor, but I would highly recommend it for you in the future. But what I can do is cut your hair and glue it on with eyelash glue. Well, do you want your eyebrows to look like mine or not? Exactly. Now, let's go ahead and brush your hair because last thing I would want is tangled hair on your eyebrows. You will look crazy. Now, what hair color would you say is your natural hair? Like a brownish. Yeah, and I see that with your brows. And guess what? If you try to color match your brows are never going to show up on your face. You practically rather not have brows if you're going to color match your brows. What you want to do, no matter what hair color you have, may it be blonde, may it be red, or may it be black, you always want to go with jet black eyebrows so they really stand out, okay? Okay. I hope you're taking notes, okay? Alright, now let's go ahead and brush your hair, and then I'm going to cut the ends very small. You won't even notice that the ends are gone, and then we're going to glue them on your just going to brush, 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 brush. Beautiful. Your hair is nice and detangled. Now, let me get my scissors. Don't worry, these are shears, so there won't be any blunt ends, okay? Alright, and I'm just gonna snip a little, but if you want me to even out the rest of the hair, I can always do that. Yeah, let's just do that. Don't worry, it'll look fantabulous. Beautiful. Alright, I got some really quality pieces here. Luckily, your hair is not that curly, so these should stick right up. Now, let's go ahead and glue your eyebrow area. I can't even say your eyebrow hairs because what hairs? Anyways, we're just going to stipple, 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 stipple. Oh, you're not allergic to latex now, are you? Okay, because that would be catastrophic. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, stipple, stipple. All right, now let's go ahead and work that in and let it dry a little bit. Now, the key to the eyelash glue for your eyebrows is that they're a little bit tacky. Yes, yes, yes. So the hairs just stick right on and they don't fall down. So we're just going to brush. Oh, don't mind me. I had some of my eyelashes and eyebrow hair on that. Brush, 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 brush. Beautiful. Now, I have another question for you. Do you ever wax your eyebrows too? You do. Plucking and waxing. Next thing you're gonna tell me is you dye them. And what color do you dye them? Lighter. Okay, yeah. No wonder your eyebrows are, no offense, love, ugly. Anyways, we're just going to place that on there. Sprinkle it on. Beautiful. Sprinkle it on nice and lightly so it looks natural. Sprinkle it on. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Beautiful. Alright, now it's time for us to have some fun. Now, as the professional that I am going to measure your brows just to see where they should start and peak. So if you notice my brows, they start, you follow my nose all the way up and then a little bit in right there, and you follow my eye all the way down right there, and it peaks right there. So let's go ahead and measure your face. What? You don't keep a tape measure on you so you can measure other people's eyebrows? And no offense, love, it shows. Alright, so we're just going to... Okay. Perfect. Good. Great. Now time for the Sharpie. Alright, now let's go ahead and outline your brows. And then we'll fill them in with an actual eyebrow pencil. I promise I'm not crazy. Why would I use a Sharpie all the way through your eyebrows? Even though, well, you'll work your way to that because actually I have Sharpie on my brows and you could barely tell is this? So you did learn something. Jet black, baby. I'm gonna use this much for the first eyebrow. Just going to press as hard as we can. You don't even need to blend this in, really. Good. Alright. Some little light strokes to make it look natural, of course. Now, the next eyebrow, even more. I don't know if you noticed, but you don't have much hair back there. Yeah, on the tail end of your eyebrow. That's all that excessive plucking and waxing. You should really stop. Of course, if you want beautiful, natural, full, luscious brows like mine. Anyways. Perfect, right there. Scrape, scrape. Now, the key with going so aggressively is that giant chunks of the pencil get stuck into the actual hairs that are there, creating a texture, making it look more natural. Last thing you want is a flat, shiny eyebrow with no dimension. That's not realistic, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Alright, and a few little light strokes. Beautiful. Okay, and it's crazy, you still have about 2 fingers worth of forehead left. Oh, don't freak out. You had a small forehead to begin with. Yeah, exactly. What's that? But only 2 fingers of forehead is a concerning amount for you. You want me to pluck out some of the hairs? Don't be ridiculous. Okay. Last thing you want to do is swipe your eyebrows away. Especially since the Sharpie is outlining it. You're gonna look crazy. Here, I'll look over and see if there's anything I need to pluck, okay? Alright. And remember, I'm the professional. I'm the one with the beautiful brows. So you really have nothing to worry about. No. The first brow is perfectly proportional and balanced. Okay, second one. Okay. You got me. There is one little hair that I might have misplaced. Okay, see, I'm a reasonable person. I'm glad we can meet halfway. Now, where was I? Time for some detail. Now, you notice another Sharpie, but look at the tip. Tiny. So, you're just going to lightly stroke. Adds realistic hair strokes and more dimension. That's why you could barely tell I touch my brows. I know. And I could tell on your face, you were like, when I told you that my brows are filled in, because you didn't believe me, did you? You did. Well, like I said before, I think that's because you don't even use anything on your brows. Yeah. So when you don't use makeup, people who wear a little bit of makeup, you can tell when they do that. Yeah. Anyways. Light, tiny strokes. I hope you're keeping mental notes, are you? Good. Okay. Light, tiny strokes. 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 Your brows, they look perfect. Close your nose, close your mouth. Good, good, good. Alright, that should do for now. For now. Anyways. Good. Now I have my concealer. And I'm giving you a nice thick line. I'm gonna blend it out, so don't worry, don't worry. It's not gonna look out there. We're just going to stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Stipple, 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 stipple. Perfect. Alright, now let's go ahead and blend that in. Okay, now did you notice what I did? I just blended the concealer on the outside of the brows. I went nowhere near the brows. Exactly, and that's how you create that sharp, bright line that really make the eyebrows pop. Of course, concealer is wet, so a little bit of powder to help set it. Just going to good. Alright, now I'm going to take one final look at your brows, and if they are perfect, I set them for good. And by the way, I hope you know that these are good for like 7 days. Yes, isn't that fantastic? If you go to wash your face right now, because I use the hairspray, it won't come out right away. But what I like to do, I like to treat them like lashes, so you don't get them wet the first 24 hours. And after that, you just wash your face around your brows. They'll stay put for 7 whole days. Doesn't even matter how you sleep. I know, isn't that amazing? Alright, so let me take a look at your brows, see if there's any changes need to be made, and then I'm gonna spray them down. Look. Good. Perfect. Alright. My spray. I could cry. Your brows look so good. Alright, well, you're done. Now, is there anything you want to do on me? I mean, my brows are already perfect and all I have is brow stuff, so I think the makeover is done. With that, the lashes. No. 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 You do not need mascara. The less your eyes have, the more your eyebrows pop. I know, you said I could put some on, Trust me, you don't need it. You look wonderful. Alright, so, I guess we can go watch a movie. Yeah, let's go. Hey guys, you, yes, you. Welcome to the end. The end. The end. The end of my video. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for making it to the end. It really does mean a lot to me when you watch all the way through. I also wanted to say, if you guys like this video, do not be afraid to hit like, subscribe if you want to see more from me, and turn on your post notification bell. That way you are posted every time I post, of course. Last but not least, I want to shout out my Patreon and my memberships. I post up to 4